that amazing cover of Muscle Museum was by Carolina Conzono, I hope I pronounced that right, who is basically a one-woman quartet. Welcome to the season 1 finale episode of Musecast podcast, the podcast for musers. I'm your host, Anaïs Lucia. Thank you so much, Carolina, for allowing me to feature your cover on this special episode. And you can follow Carolina on Instagram at Caro Conzono, and you can also find her on Spotify. Links for that in the video description and show notes. So yeah, like I said, it is the season 1 finale of Musecast podcast. I can't believe it's already been 10 episodes. I do 10 episodes per season on my podcast, so in case you're wondering why only 10 episodes, that's just how I do it. But don't worry, I'm already planning for season 2. So how are we going to end season 1 of Musecast? Because it's episode 10, we're going to have a top 10 countdown, all right? With a special guest. My friend Garry, he's back. I know you guys love him. So we are going to count down our top 10 favorite Muse live performances. Gary's going to do his top 5. I'm going to do my top 5 for a total of 10. And both of us do not know which performances each other picked. We're going to find out during the episode. So we'll see if there's any overlap. That's going to be pretty interesting. We're also going to have some honorable mentions. So let's bring Garry in and let's get the countdown started. Garry, you're back! Yay!
Thank you so much for having me. It's going to be so much fun. I've been waiting for this one for a while now.
Yeah, do you like my new background?
You can't go wrong with any Muse background, but cool shirts, I must say. Got to throw the compliment. And you're wearing a great shirt too.
It's one for each guy. So we got, this is Chris, because he plays soccer.
He's a soccer, yeah.
I guess this one would be more matte, like, and then Crazy Dom would be with the more colorful one. So it's representing all of them.
Perfect representation.
How did you feel coming up with these top 5 before we get into it?
We're not even into a minute in, and you're already asking the tough questions. It was hard because there's so many amazing performances to choose from. I would think about it, and I think, okay, I have my 5, and then the next day, my 4 is going to change. And it was just always changing, always evolving. But I think I have a good 5 for November 7th, 2020. Ask me again tomorrow, it'll be different. But
yeah, exactly. And I have to share, I'm having the last bit of my rum chata limon. I have this much left because it is a special day, not only for the top 5 countdown, but in the country that we live in. We got some good news, not like the best news in the world for us, but like, some progress, so something. If you know what's going on,
it's worth celebrating.
We fired a horrible baby who's going to be crying for the next 10 weeks. So, all right, let's get him out of our heads. And now let's go into...
This is a happy place.
Yes, our top 10 favorite Muse live performances. All right, since Garry is the guest, we're going to start with his number 5. So what is your number 5?
So my number 5, it's got something to do with another band. So Eddie Van Halen's been on my mind a lot this last month. He was one of my favorites. So he's been on my mind a lot. And my number 5 song is none other than Invincible. And this performance is from Wembley. It's one of my favorite Muse solos, period. But just having that historic background of Wembley, a song that, correct me if I'm wrong, hasn't been played since the tour, right?
Yeah.
So, I've never seen it performed live, and it's one of my absolute favorites. So I had to get Invincible on my list.
I love this performance as well, and this is also one of my favorite songs too. It means a lot to me, so I kind of actually get emotional when I hear them perform it. So it's a really good pick. Thank you. Now we're gonna go to my number 5. Oh my gosh! And let me just say too, it's freaking hard, dude. I was telling Garry earlier, like, I was like switching my countdown around a lot. There was like certain performances of one song that like I couldn't pick, like, which one do I like the best? There's elements of each one.
It's hard, and like, you know, the people watching this too, like, maybe they can think about their top 5 and they'll see too, like, it's not as easy as we might make it out to look because we're total professionals, but it's hard.
Yeah. All right. So my number 5 is Muse's performance of Butterflies and Hurricanes from Glastonbury 2004, because it is one of my favorite Muse songs in general. I like the little intro that they're playing here at the beginning. Just this whole concert is one of my favorites ever. I think it came with the Absolution DVD. It was like, or CD. When you like put it in your computer, you can like watch this performance. Yeah. And also, I like kind of like the effect that Matt uses on the guitar on this. I don't play guitar, so any guitar people, please let me know what the effect is. But just, you know, the way it sounds, like kind of like that. I think it sounds really awesome.
It kind of sounds like he might be running a chorus pedal. I'm not the greatest guitar head or anything, but it kind of sounds like a chorus pedal to me. I mean, someone correct us if we're wrong, you know? Yeah.
So I like that. And then the energy here, I mean, right now it kind of starts slow, but once it really gets going, like, they really get into it. Chris is just like head banging, you know, crazy. I read a comment, somebody was like, I wonder if Chris ever like hurt his neck from like head banging so hard. And I think somebody said that Chris was told that like by his doctor, like, to stop. And I can definitely relate, because I had banged my head so hard like a few months ago and I hurt my neck. Like, I've never...
Yeah, that whole whiplash. It's like being in a car accident.
I was headbanging to freaking Power Rangers theme song because I realized it was a metal song and I was like, yeah! And then the next day, I could not move my head. I was like, what did I do? So I didn't know headbanging was so dangerous. Yeah. I really love the piano. Okay, the piano that he's playing here, kind of like the more kind of like kind of silver with the holes and everything. And so I just love this part. Obviously, he made it a little bit longer too than the original. I feel like he kind of milks it, but like in a good way, because the crowd's getting really into it. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna keep playing. So I thought that was really awesome.
Yeah, please don't stop, Matt.
Yeah. And then the other really cool thing that I love about this moment when he's playing the piano is that, like, it's like the crowd is getting so into it. They're just like, yeah, keep playing, you know, they're just going all out for this like piano, and usually you don't really see people going like, yeah, piano, awesome. So I'm just like, only Muse can do that, you know, especially because it's kind of, you know, classically influenced, kind of Rachmaninoff-ish.
Oh, totally.
You know, I love that kind of stuff. And then I just love just every time he performs this, because, you know, I just think it's so cool how he'll play guitar, go play the piano, go back to playing the guitar. Just like, yeah, he's amazing. He's such a BA, you know. So, yeah, it's a great moment. So that is my number 5, Muse, Butterflies and Hurricanes from Glastonbury. Oh!
That was a boss pick. You came out swinging with this one. Woo!
So hard. I was like, can I put them all at number 1, please? They're amazing. Okay, so now we are moving on, chugging along to number 4. So Garry, what is your
4?
Pick for
I went
4?
with a more theatrical direction for this one. Hasn't been done before and since. So my number 4 is from Rome, 2013, Animals.
Dun 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 dun. All right, that is a great song. So what is it that you love about this?
The subject matter, of course. But then you see this capitalist pig-looking fellow, like he joins in on the performance, and he comes out. When we get to the end, like he's throwing the Monopoly money up in the air, and then he has a heart attack and dies. I mean, that was just a great piece of theater to go along with a great performance in front of all those wonderful Italian fans, you know?
Yeah. Oh my God, his smile is so evil.
It permeates your soul. He's gonna get you.
Oh
He
my
already got me
gosh.
twice.
So creepy. Okay, anything else before so you can take this creepy dude?
Get rid of him. I don't want to see him anymore.
Okay.
It's a song that I hope to see down the line if they play it again.
Mm-hmm.
I just the way it starts off so mellow and
Mm-hmm.
it stays mellow, and then like it just hits you like a truck on the freeway, just full 18-wheel assaults.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you talked about with like in your song, Butterflies and Hurricanes, with the build up, and then bam, in your face.
Yeah. Great pick. And it's funny because that video that they're playing for the, like, on the show, that was kind of my idea. I think I talked to you about how, like, I'll think of an idea for music video and then the band will, like, make it. And so I kind of had a really similar idea with, like, people in a boardroom, businessmen, all this stuff. And I'm just like, I wanted to make that video. But, at least,
Maybe you
great
guys have
minds
a mental link or telepathy or something. Like, you think of something and then,
right. But I'm glad
ideas.
they kind of made my idea happen. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, it's like they kind of made my video come true. Like, okay, I feel like I can kind of claim credit for it. I can say I directed that video. No, I'm just kidding. All right, here's my number 4. I promise, guys, not all of them are going to be from this same show, but this is just a coincidence. So my number 4 pick is Time Is Running Out from Glastonbury again, 2004. Yes, because it's amazing. Also, this song just in general, like, just means a lot because it was the first ever Muse song I ever heard. Time Is Running Out, so it really holds a special place in my heart. And I love this cool little intro.
Zeppelin.
Yeah. What song is it?
I know it. It's just on the tip of my tongue.
And then just the energy, like this song just gets you so pumped up. Look at that, like everyone is just jamming out. And then it has one of the most epic moments, I think, in Muse live history. Okay, Muse live performance history. We're gonna see it soon. We have to witness it again. Also, I just need to say the guys look on point with their wardrobe right here. Matt's lab coat. Dominic and Chris in black just looking all good. I don't know if they just coordinate or they just happen to like just always look good together, but that's one thing I really love. And I'm so jealous of all those people right now just jumping up so high with the flags. It's just like, just the energy. Like, I wish I could be there.
Having the best time.
Yup. This is why this performance had to be on my countdown, because of this amazing epic circular shuffling from Matt. Like, look at that. He just lands perfectly right on time back at the mic. Like, oh my gosh. Genius. Like, I mean, he's kind of like Michael Jackson in the way with the timing. He's just amazing. He's on that level, I feel. And I mean, I don't know. I would love to ask Matt, like, did you like rehearse this, or you're just that good that you just decided at the performance, like, I'm gonna do this, and it just came out so perfect, because it's perfect. I don't think I've seen him do it again, and that's just always been, ever since I first saw that, I'm like, he is amazing. So it had to be on my countdown.
One of those once in a lifetime type moments.
Yep. So glad it was captured on video for those of us who couldn't be there.
Wow.
All right, guys, we are at number 3. We are halfway through the countdown. All right, Gary, what is your number 3?
I'm already starting to get a little bit sad because we're really going through this list. I'm like, we only did 5 songs. All jokes aside, this is actually a song. So, gosh, it was like a month ago. You hit me up, like, Muse is doing like a live stream, but it was from a show from 2008 or something. So my number 3 pick is Megalomania, Royal Albert Hall. And I think this is from 2008. It's a song that's not played so often. And I've mentioned in the past that I'm a classically trained musician and I play the piano. And anytime we can get Matt on the organ, that's a rare occasion, and it's something that should be celebrated.
Yes. Beautiful.
Beautiful song, historic venue. You can't beat it.
Yes, that is definitely one that I was debating too. It's like I said, it's so hard to narrow it down to 5. So I'm glad if I couldn't put it on there that you included it. So it still ended up being on the countdown.
It worked out.
So, yes. So far we haven't seen any overlap, so that's interesting. Okay, but we still have a few more picks yet left. So I'm just really curious. But if there's no overlap, it's fine too. All right. So
I mean,
now,
it's the band's fault for having so many great performances to choose from.
Yeah, Muse, all your fault. Why do you need to be so amazing? So my number 3, wow, this one definitely got switched up a lot. And this one I had the hardest time, I think, with narrowing down, like just picking one performance of this song, because there's been so many good ones. So my number 3 is Knights of Cydonia from Reading Festival 2017. And I mean, Knights of Cydonia, so many great performances of this song. I was debating either, Wembley, H.A.A.R.P or live, the Rome Olympic Stadium. That one was also great too. But I decided to actually go with Reading, change it up a little bit. Because first of all, it has the harmonica, man with harmonica intro, and the harp version does not have that one. Okay, so the fireworks here, amazing. Gotta have that pyro.
Gotcha.
Oh my, look at that. Wow. Imagine being there. Oh my gosh. One reason I really like this version is because I feel like
sorry, I'm just rocking out with this song right now, so don't mind me.
It's okay. Good. And it's because I feel like a lot of parts you could hear them a little bit clearer, like a lot of the synths. It's a good mix. Yeah, it's a really good mix, and I'm just like, wow, like I feel like in other versions it kind of gets hidden, especially, and then at the end, towards the end, the trumpet part, I'll fast forward a little bit. Oh my gosh, look at that! What the
epic finale?
It's like Fantasia. Fantasia but Muse. I love that show in Disneyland, Fantasia, or Phantasmic I think it was actually called, but it kind of reminds me of Phantasmic but Muse version.
Yeah.
But okay, so here in this version, the trumpet part is actually just played by like a synthesizer, and it sounds like really good. Like I love when they have the trumpet player, but here I don't know, there's just something about it. I think the mix, like you said, the mix I think was really great. And then I have to show, obviously the fireworks, here we go, amazing. I love Chris's teal bass because I love that color, so that's just another little aesthetic thing. The energy of them, the crowd, and then the little jamming. Gotta show the little jamming here, a little riff at the end, which I love them jamming. They have so much fun, especially Dominic. You can tell he's just like, yes, I love it. They play a little riff that some fans call the Abbey Road riff / outro. So that's just what the fans called it, because I guess they performed it, I think maybe for the first time at Abbey Road Studios. So that's why they called it that.
Appropriate.
So I just love this, like this moment of them just kind of like being close to each other, looking at each other, jamming out. It's just so, I don't know, it's just heartwarming to me. like oh my gosh, like just seeing them so happy doing what they love, being together. It's like we've been friends for so long, we still love what we're doing. It's amazing. And then this is also just like super cute. there are some heartwarming moments here, so it's not just a performance but just some of the moments at the end. So they're taking pictures, and then so we're gonna take a selfie, and then he's calling Chris. He's like, Chris, come back out.
Come back here.
Chris like, God dang it. Chris always just he always leaves like immediately. And I thought that was so cute. I thought that was just a cute moment, with them. And they
look so adorable together, taking the picture.
Yes! It's just, like that really got me. I was like, I have to include it because it's not just the performance of the song, but just like the moment and just them together. And I just love that throughout all this time, they still seem to genuinely enjoy what they're doing, and they just genuinely enjoy each other, like as friends. Like they're still seem like they really just care about each other and just are awesome, because a lot of bands after a while, like they'll break up. There's like a lot of conflict. I mean, even with brothers, Oasis, in case you guys don't know, but I just love that Muse, like it makes me happy seeing them happy. because I wouldn't want them to, you know, do this if it's not making them happy. So seeing them happy just like makes me happy and makes me enjoy their performances more, because you can just kind of see it. So yeah.
I mean, they've been together for such a long time. I mean, they got to keep going. I mean, they look like, I mean, they're not related or anything, but they really do look like brothers, like more than just best friends or bandmates. Like they've been through ups, downs, everything in between. So, but like when they were taking that selfie, like looking at their faces, like if my grandma was to see that, she'd be like, oh, I just want to squeeze their cheeks and give them cookies. So that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Cheers to Muse lasting forever and not breaking up.
There you go. By the way, while you're having the drink, I think I remember the name of that Zeppelin song we were trying to figure out earlier. I think it's Heartbreaker.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
All right.
I had to get it out of my system. And yeah, we're already up to number 2.
Oh my gosh. It's the final countdown. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. All right, Gary, what is your number 2?
All right, I'm just feeling like a little bit crazy right now, because my number 2 is Panic Station 2013 from the Tokyo Zepp show, with all those people dressed up just going nuts on stage while Muse plays.
Nice.
I don't know, I'm just feeling that vibe lately, but yeah, yes. Panic Station, Zepp. Yeah, that's my number 2.
That is a great pick. I remember when I first saw that, I was dancing like crazy.
I mean, look at that outfit. Change. Come on.
Yeah. We're having a lot of iconic fashion moments from Matt here, you know. We got the white lab coat, we got that, and more hopefully coming up soon. Okay, I gotta dance a little bit to it.
That's what I'm doing over here.
Yeah, how can you not dance to it? It's just, oh, you can't resist.
I mean, if someone plays Panic Station and I don't dance, check my pulse or something.
Exactly. I love it. There's another reason I love Muse. Just, you know, they can have fun, don't take themselves too seriously, they can goof off, so they're just,
I mean, look at Chris right there. Come on, that's awesome. I wish I was one of those people in the costumes dancing with Muse on stage.
Yeah,
I mean, could you imagine like the Rolling Stones doing something like this? I don't think so. Rolling Stones are cool, but this is something else.
Yeah, they're not that cool. Oh, someone in the
I know.
Like, excuse me. How
sounds
dare
like
you
straight
insult
out of
the
the
Rolling
Illuminati.
Yeah, I really wish I could have been on there dancing with them.
Oh,
they
so
kind
much
of,
fun.
I feel, you know, looking at the costumes, I feel like the Masked Singer copied them.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like I've seen these costumes on the Masked Singer, so Masked Singer probably stole some from Muse. Just saying. Yeah,
it's Hollywood. It happens.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, do you have a favorite costume on here? I think I'm gonna go with the white thing. It's like this. Wait, where is it? Where's the white one? It's like this big square thing.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
This one that's smiling.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite costume?
Yeah, I think I like that thing that looked like a tree with one eye. Like it straight up looked like it came from like Matt's mushroom Illuminati trips or something.
Okay. All right. That's a really good pick. Wow. Thank you for having that on there. It's a good, fun pick. You know, we got a little dancing going on. So that's awesome. All right. Oh my gosh. Guys, I can't believe we're at number 2. So my number 2 is Stockholm Syndrome from the H.A.A.R.P Wembley show in 2000, I think, 7. Wow, it's been that long. That's freaking crazy because I love that song. Stockholm Syndrome is actually the second Muse song I ever heard. My first one was Time Is Running Out, then Stockholm Syndrome. And after that, I was like, I'm in love with this band. Like, this band is amazing. For me, Stockholm Syndrome is one of my songs that I have to hear every time I see Muse live. And I think pretty much every time I've seen them live, they've performed it, except they only partially performed it at the Simulation Theory tour. But a little bit's better than No Stockholm. Yeah. But this one, I love it because, first of all, it's the entire song. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And this show is just, I mean, the energy here, like this whole, DVD, this whole show is just like, you can just feel the energy every time I watch this like whole DVD. It's like I have to rock out even if I'm by myself. I don't even care. Like you just feel the energy. The sound is great. I mean, the editing also, it really conveys like just like the craziness and
the energy.
Yep. In terms of the show, you know, we got the awesome, you know, backdrop, the lights, the editing, the crazy editing to go along with the song. That's kind of giving me a seizure a little bit. I'm a little sensitive to the white lights. You know, and then Dom going so crazy on the drums. I love it. You know, in terms of fashion, definitely Dom's green pants, fashion moments. That is, I love those pants so much. I actually was going to dress up as Dominic for Halloween once because I was like,
oh, nice.
I was like, I just needed the black shirt, which I already have, and I just need to get the green pants. I have the drumsticks. Like, I had the drum set, so I was like, I can be Dominic for Halloween. I didn't do it, but one day I will, especially just because. And then I love Dominic's clear drum set, so that's amazing. And
oh yeah, it's so cool.
What I really love about this song and just in general is just that it's, I don't know, I feel like it's a combination of like, it's like a really hard song. It's one of their harder songs, but at the same time, it's like beautiful at the same time. like usually songs, they're either like beautiful or hard, but this one I feel like is a little bit of both. I don't know why.
No, for sure, because we're listening to the instrumental, right? And then Matt's going like, ah! Like, it's like Beauty and the Beast at the same time.
And just the lyrics too, you know, this is the last time, you know, I abandon you and all that stuff. Oh my gosh, look at that, like, oh my god, so beautiful. Oh jeez. And then I like the in the background. I don't even, it's just, I'm obsessed with that. And then at the end we have the awesome riff. You know, they're like jamming out, and then they play the riff that ended up becoming Psycho. So we saw kind of like the beginnings of Psycho. So it's just an amazing performance. And then, you know, Matt being one with the guitar. He's like, this is my baby. This is my soul. I love it. So that is my number 2 pick. Stockholm Syndrome from H.A.A.R.P. I feel like, okay, maybe harp is better because now I feel like I'm saying A.A.R.P. Like, like the
we're not there yet. I'm not ready for that. No, I don't want my discounts at Denny's or no. Just let's harp it. Harp.
Okay, we're gonna harp it. Okay.
We were talking about Whiplash. Stockholm Syndrome is definitely one of the songs where I've, you know, hurt my neck a time or two listening to it. So yeah. I'm just glad I behaved myself this time.
Oh my gosh, guys. We're number 1 already. It seems like it's been going by really fast for us.
Ooh,
time flies when you're talking about Muse, so that's why.
Always.
All right, Gary, what's your number 1 pick?
My number 1 pick, this is a crazy one. From the year 2000, Muse, Plug-in Baby from, I'm gonna look it up real fast. I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation probably. Eurocke, ennes. I don't know, but that one.
Nice. All right. Let's back when Matt had the bleached hair.
The bleached blonde hair.
Nice. They were fairly young band at this point.
Look how fast Matt's playing that riff, and Chris is like, "Hold up, buddy. Hold up. Let me catch up." There they go. And then if you catch a peek at Dominic, he's got the red hair going on.
Oh, back when they were rebellious teenagers.
Yeah. Youngsters having fun.
Yeah.
If you listen to this song, first of all, like, Matt's not exactly on the same plane as us. I don't know what the boy's on, but he's elevated, that's for sure. But just this performance was before the release of Origin of Symmetry, so if you listen to this song, if you watch this performance, it's different than what we have on the album. The lyrics are different. Some of the solos are different. Some of the riffs, I mean, the bones are the same, but it's different than what ended up being on the album. This is what I love seeing, like early Muse, and even if it's not early Muse, like if Muse plays like a song that's not a song yet, but then it becomes a song, that's what I love to see, like the evolution.
Yeah. Just like the riff that became Psycho and stuff like that.
Absolutely, yes. Like you pointed out before, totally.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I don't think I've actually seen this one, so that's really cool.
Oh, it's a good show. If you can, like, later on, check it out, the whole thing.
Yeah. And in terms of his vocals, I think he sounds awesome.
Look, he's eating the microphone. This is when he used to eat the microphone. I mean, you gotta love it.
Can't do that now because of COVID, unless they kind of put some kind of cover on it. But
yeah.
I noticed there, you know, like his bass, Matt's guitar all have like tape all over it, so it's like they were really like starting out back in the day. So awesome. Gotta rock out. It's not Muse performance if you're not rocking out. Yes, love it.
It's funny too, because when you were talking about the instruments, just real fast before we get to your number one, which I'm dying to find out what your number one is. You know how sometimes they say that oh, the band's only good because of instruments, they're complicated machinery. You're looking at Muse playing like instruments that are so much simpler than they're set up now. So the instruments don't make the musician. In this case, the musicians make the instruments. They could play anything. Like they could play like the spoons and it would sound amazing.
Exactly. Okay, wow, this is so interesting. So for my number one, this is I just want to say this is like a really perfect ending to our countdown because okay, my number one is actually a newer version of Gary's song, Plug-in Baby. But it is the harp version. So, wow, that's really cool. We both picked the same song for our number one.
That's crazy. But
you picked the early version. I picked one from 2007, I think. Yep. First of all,
this is such a good version too, though.
He's just like I love how he's just like teasing us, just like, well, like, okay, you know, like I love when, because I feel like Matt does that a lot, but I love it. I think it's like a good way, like, yeah, you know what's coming, It
sounds like we just escaped from prison and they're after us, you know, like the siren.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Oh my gosh, so good. First of all, like I said before, just the energy here, because, you know, just from the same DVD, just this whole performance, the energy here is just incredible from Muse, the crowd. If you don't rock out while listening to this, like, something is wrong with you. You need to just let yourself feel the music.
Live a little.
Yep. In terms of like the videography, you know, it has like you already saw, I think, the 360 shot with the camera. So videography was like really awesome. And then this is one of the reasons I had to have it on my countdown, because it has this amazing moment right here. The spin. He has the spin.
Oh, the spin.
And then the kick. He does the spin. He does a kick. All right. And then he gets down on his knees like, oh my gosh.
Even the Russian judge would give him a 10.
Yeah. I was like, that just, you know, on the same level as the, you know, time is running out, little shuffling thing. Like,
with the lab coat.
Yep, he's just amazing. So I had to have it because ever since he did that, like every time they play Plug-in Baby, I need to see at least a spin. If you're not gonna do the kick or get down on your knees, at least do the spin. So it's just like iconic. I feel like it's part of the song now. It's like required. And then the ending, I feel like it's so fitting, you know, especially a fitting end to our countdown. You know, he goes out to the catwalk, you know, feels the crowd, and then somebody throws him a flag. I think that happened a little bit earlier, but then he takes it, which I thought was really awesome. Just another great, you know, Muse moment, reason to love Muse. You know, he takes their gifts, because I've been to other shows where, you know, fans will kind of throw gifts at the, you know, on stage for the band, and the band just kind of ignores it or whatever. It's they're too into their egos. But like Muse is so kind. Like I've seen so many moments of them just kind of taking gifts and, you know, really appreciating them. So Mexico, woo!
Nice.
So yeah, I was like, I love you guys. I love you. Another great moment from Muse. And I think this was okay. So yeah, I think on H.A.R.P, this was actually like their kind of fake ending, what I call it, because it was like, oh yeah, see you guys later, and then I was like, I know they're gonna do an encore. And then they came out and I think they did Stockholm Syndrome, which I already picked, and I think Take a Bow. I love how Muse always does that. Like they'll say like, yeah, bye, and I'm like, that's not your real ending. Like, I know you're gonna come out and like do 2 or 3 more songs. But yeah, so that was my number 1. That is so interesting how we both picked the same song. Wow.
It blows my mind. But then, it got me thinking too, because I really put a lot of time and effort. Which, I mean, I shouldn't have. I mean, it's just songs about a band, but like it's important to me. What had me going too, because it's not often that shows that we go to get filmed, but the very first Muse show that I went to was filmed. It was the 2006 Inland Invasion. I may have mentioned that before, in San Bernardino, California. They started with Nights of Cydonia and ended with Stockholm. It was back in those days when Nights wasn't the last song, like it wasn't guaranteed to be the last song. But if I could do an honorable mention, it would be Assassin from that show, because anytime Assassin's played, it's awesome. But then, like, right in the middle of the song, they start doing the B-52's Rock Lobster, just out of nowhere. They're doing Assassin, then bam, ba-da-da, da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, really? Oh, wow, that's so cool.
I was like, what's going on here? So it was dope though. Like no lies. Like just that's when I knew like this band was always gonna be full of surprises and twists and turns and just always be on your toes.
Yep. All right. So you already mentioned one of your honorable mentions. We're gonna go into our honorable mentions, which was the Assassin one, which is awesome because I love Assassin too. I'm bummed they don't perform it more often. One of my honorable assassins. I'm too drunk now. That should be in the name of a new movie. I'm honorable assassins. All right, this is what happens when you drink some rum chata limon. All right. So one of my honorable mentions, I had to, because it's also a song that they rarely perform live that I love so much. And it is their performance of Endlessly at Glastonbury. Oh, no, Wembley. In, I think, 2003. In 2003, they performed it, I think, like, pretty much on every show in that tour. Like, at least the last half of the tour, I believe. And after that, like, no more. I'm so bummed. So, in terms of actually, like, a video of the performance, this is probably one of the only videos of it, so I had to have it on. I love it, so beautiful. I'm obsessed with it, and then love seeing the little maracas there right here. Beautiful. Go Morgan. Go Morgan. Go Morgan. Got an honorable mention to Morgan too. I mean, he is a part of these performances too, so he is a fourth member of Muse.
It just adds that big Muse sound that we love.
Yep. All right, so do you have another honorable mention?
Yes. Thank you for asking, because I'm just dying to say this one. It's not actually a song or anything. I have to give the shout out to the 2011 Writing Festival when they played Origin of Symmetry in its entirety. So that's my final honorable mention. We've talked a lot about Origin of Symmetry before. That's my favorite album, gun to my head. But like Muse doesn't really do that. I don't think they don't have like anniversary shows or like special, so for them to do like a whole album, especially Origin, that is my like ultimate honorable mention.
Muse, there's an idea. Do a tour, perform all your albums. Like I will go for like every night. Hanson actually did that. They did like several nights in a row where every night they performed a whole album in its entirety. And I would love if Muse did that. Like, please. Was
Hanson staying in like the same city and doing all that, or they were just like LA is one album, then New York's a different album?
No, I think they did it all in the same city, and then they did an actual tour where they did it was like a 2-night thing. So every city they would go to, your tickets would be for 2 nights. So the first night I think was just like their hits, like the favorites, like the ones that everyone wants to hear, basically. And then the second night was covers, because they do a lot of covers too. So I think Muse could do that too, like, I mean, it'd be kind of hard to pick which ones, like everyone wants to hear so many, but like if you do perform all of Absolution, that would be like my number one that like I have to hear in its entirety. But I'll pay to see all the albums. Showbiz too. I haven't really seen too many Showbiz songs performed live, so I would love to see Showbiz performed in its entirety as well. I definitely wanted to include some Showbiz songs on here, but it's just so hard to pick. I had to include for my honorable mentions just like the performance of Knights of Cydonia from H.A.R.P and Live at Rome at Olympic Stadium, because I was really having a hard time deciding between those, so I have to include those. And then a really big one has to be Muse's performance on that Italian TV show where they switched because they made them lip sync. So Muse wasn't happy about it, so they switched and they performed Uprising, and Dominic was singing. Matt was playing the drums horribly, like he's just like, and Chris, I think he stayed. I think Dominic was singing and playing bass, and then I think Chris was playing the guitar. So that was just so good. I had to include it, even though it was like a lip sync performance. But how can we forget that?
Hey, that's showing it's we have to lip sync on your stupid show. Check this out. We got something for you. Yeah.
I was like, this is why I love Muse. I love it. And then the Italian, like the host, she had no clue. Like she was interviewing Dom as if he was a lead singer. I was like, wow. They're geniuses, dude. Like they're just musical geniuses, comedic geniuses, just a blessing on this earth for sure. I think.
I know what I'm doing after we wrap things up. I'm gonna go watch that.
Yeah, definitely. That is the end of our countdown. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Garry, for sharing your top 5.
Oh, thanks again so much for having me. It was so much fun. It was great to see your top 5. I mean, I don't know, maybe later on or whatever we can talk about like a top 10 or whatever, but it's always going to be different, I think, if we ever bring this up again.
Mm-hmm. So I guess maybe.
But what a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. So I think we can kind of conclude from this countdown that maybe Plug-in Baby might be their best live song ever, since we both picked it. Who knows? At least for right now. Everyone, please let us know. I would love to see what other people think. Yeah. Let us see if you agree with any of our picks, or if we should be banished from being Muse fans. But I don't think so. I think we had some pretty good picks. I don't know. I think I had a pretty good spectrum, some Absolution songs, Origin of Symmetry, Nights. Okay, that's good, So I guess except for our number one, we had a good representation. Yeah, but I thought even number 1 was pretty good because you had an earlier performance and I had a one that was a little bit later, so it wasn't the exact same one. It was the same song but different performance. So I thought that was a pretty good range. All right, Garry, thank you so much again for coming on the podcast. We're definitely gonna have you again soon because the listeners love you. Thank you, listeners, and thank you, Anaïs. Thank you so much, my friend. All right, bye. All right, that is it for the last episode of season 1 of Musecast. I hope you guys have enjoyed the podcast. If you've listened from the beginning, oh my gosh, thank you. I really appreciate that you have, kind of come along this whole time. I hope you come back for season 2. I'm already planning episodes for that. And some of them I will ask for some fan contributions. So stay tuned for that because you guys can be a part of future episodes. Yay, that's gonna be amazing. Also, let us know in the comments if you agreed with any of our picks, if there's some that you wish, we could have had on there, but it was only 5 each, plus this honorable mention. So we couldn't pick that many. There's so many great performances to choose from. It was really hard, but I would love to hear from you guys. But even though it is the end of season 1, don't worry, I still have videos planned for the Musecast YouTube channel. So even though there might not be podcast episodes for a while, there are going to be videos. So subscribe, get the click the notification bell if you haven't, so you can be notified when videos go up. Follow Musecast on Instagram at MusecastPod. You can follow my other Instagram accounts. I have a comedy one, I have my travel one, which is like my main one, I have my other podcast. So all the links for all of that are in the video description and show notes. If you are enjoying the podcast, it would really, really help if you could leave us a review wherever you're listening to this podcast, because that way, it's going to help other people find the podcast. Also, Chris and Dominic's birthdays are coming up next month, so if you love them just like I do and you want to say a little something to them for their birthday, stay tuned, because I'm putting something together for their birthdays and I'm definitely going to need some help from you guys. I will also be having a giveaway to celebrate the release of the Simulation Theory box set. I'm going to do an unboxing of that, but I also have a giveaway related to that. So you need to stay tuned for that. So you got to subscribe, follow, whatever, so you can be notified about the giveaway. Thank you so much to Garry again for coming on the podcast. So great to have you. Hopefully we will have you again on season 2. If you love Garry, please let us know in the comments, because the more you guys love him, the more feedback we get, the more I'll bring him on. Thank you again to Carolina for allowing me to feature her cover of Muscle Museum on the podcast. Follow her. And if you have any Muse covers that you would like me to feature on the podcast, please send me a DM. The best way is probably through DM on Instagram. And let me know that you want me to feature one of your covers so we can have it on a future episode. Yes, that was a lot of announcements and stuff towards the end, but just wanted to let you know about everything that's coming up. I definitely have plans for this channel and podcast, so I hope you guys come back, because I just love getting to hear from other Muse fans. I don't know too many in person, so it's really cool to hear from you guys. You guys are like my friends, all over the world, kind of, I think. I hope we can be friends. Can we be friends? Is that okay? Thank you again so much for watching, listening, especially if you listen to all the episodes of season 1. Oh my gosh, like I said, I really appreciate it. You do not know how much I appreciate it. So thank you. And that is it. I will see you hopefully soon on another video on the Musecast YouTube channel, and see you on season 2 of the Musecast podcast. All right. Bye.